from Baker's point of view, his only good, quote unquote, like environment to be in for this year is Cleveland, right? Like when you look at supporting cast, Seattle is one of the worst rosters in the NFL. Like without Russell Wilson, that team is a dumpster fire now. And putting Baker Mayfield on it doesn't do Baker Mayfield a lot of good in terms, because remember, like he had the contract pulled out from under him, right? The rug pulled out from under his feet. That's why he's pissed off with the Browns. They went after Deshaun Watson. All of a sudden, because he played hurt all year, Baker's gone from like, hey, is my $40 million a year deal just over the horizon to like, I have one shot now at securing like another starting gig somewhere. So I don't think you want to do that in Seattle this year because that team is terrible. I don't know that you want to do it in Carolina because the environment doesn't look. You've got good receivers in both teams. To be fair, Carolina, went to work a little bit on the offensive line. I still don't think that line is good. I don't know that the offense generally is a great situation. The team looks like it's heading on its way toward everybody getting fired. So I don't know that that's a great environment either. And that's pretty much the only two teams that need a quarterback, right? So if you're Baker Mayfield and you're saying, right, I need one good year to convince the league that I don't suck, because apparently that's where they think I am. The only place that's possible is Cleveland. I just don't think that's happening in either of the other two teams. So he's now in this tough spot where Deshaun Watson might get suspended for the whole year, right? And all of a sudden the Browns are now in this situation where the guy they traded everything for is on the shelf. They have a Super Bowl contending caliber roster, and the options at quarterback are Jacoby Brissett for an entire year, or somehow we mend the burned bridge with Baker Mayfield and he starts for a year. And I essentially tweeted this out, and Browns fans are big mad. They're like, do you understand? It's dead. It's done. They burned the bridge. They don't want any part of Baker. He's never playing for the Browns again. He's out of here. They're trying to get rid of his salary. They're willing to eat it so that he goes somewhere else. All of these things are true. But if the Browns have some sense, they should take a beat, analyze the situation, and realize that in this, if Deshaun Watson does get suspended for an entire year, Cleveland and Baker Mayfield's goals are actually in perfect alignment, even if they hate each other, right? That it's actually the best thing for both teams, or for both parties, rather, if Baker Mayfield is the starting quarterback, because he's by far their best option.
Compelling case, Sam. But you're also the guy that's Mr. Touchy-feely QB room guy, right? You're the same guy that's like, oh, you can't draft two quarterbacks. They're going to get upset. They're going to be sad.
Yep.
We do literally have a broken bridge, a burnt bridge in Cleveland.
Generally speaking, I'm against upsetting the apple cart and pissing off a starting quarterback. The thing is, they've already done it, right? Like they already burned the bridge. They went after Deshaun Watson. They secured Deshaun Watson, and consequently, Baker Mayfield is pissed off. He doesn't want to play for you anymore. That's why you don't do that, right? That's why generally you don't upset the incumbent quarterback, because he gets the hump and he wants out. But that's already the case. So it's not like you can piss him off further. All you need to do is to persuade both sides that look at the options, right? Look at your alternatives, right? I already outlined the Baker Mayfield alternatives. You don't want to play for Cleveland, fine. Your alternatives are you go to Carolina, that team probably sucks, you don't get another starting gig. You go to Seattle, that team really sucks, you don't get another starting gig. Your only shot at the second contract that you want, the big, life-changing, set for generations type of wealth that you were on the cusp of a year ago, your only chance at that money is a season in Cleveland where you play well and convince everybody else that, your bad year was the shoulder, right? From Cleveland's point of view, they don't have Deshaun Watson. They have a Super Bowl contending roster. Your two alternatives are Jacoby Brissett or like some random from the street, right? Or you convince Baker Mayfield that he plays for you again.
Or Josh Dobbs.
Yes. Which some random off the street, I think, covers Josh Dobbs. So if or your final alternative is we just literally set fire to this season, right? You've assembled a championship caliber roster, and we are going to torch 1 year of that window. We're simply going to burn it rather than bring Baker Mayfield into the building because of the risk of what that could do to a locker room or to the environment or whatever. I would simply argue that there's no conceivable scenario where their alternatives are better than the year of Baker Mayfield playing pissed off to try and earn himself a deal.
First off, I would love to see this. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
I would love to see this happen.
And listen, hang on. One final point.
Do you think it actually... Go ahead.
I'm not trying to say this would be pleasant for everybody involved, right? This would be a miserable, antagonistic, toxic, tense environment for all year where it is clear that everybody hates each other.
Stay together for the kids, Baker and Cleveland.
But look at the sporting world. That has worked before, right? Kobe and Shaq hated each other for most of their careers. Michael Jordan and that dude from the front office couldn't stand each other, and they were winning championships, right? This is something that has happened. Think of the number of times where teams and players have gone head to head over a contract. They've stared each other down, like the holdout didn't work. The dude got his ass back in the building and just worked, right? And played well and had a good year. That's what we're talking about here. It would be unpleasant for everybody involved, but it would be 1 year, and it's the only way this team isn't bad this year.